Now, in your rewrite is when you're going to have to start thinking about your story's structure. So let's talk about 3-act structure, a strangely controversial subject. Some people react to the implied rules as constraining to the creative process. I sympathize with that viewpoint. I went to art school. I get it. Rules are there to be broken. However, I see the structural points as freeing. If you fulfill these basic structural parameters, which, by the way, are there to help your viewer take in your story, then you can be as creative and innovative as you want. No matter how wild and out of the box your story is, you want your viewer to be able to take it in. For me, the question is, what is the minimum amount of structure we need that will help your viewer engage with your story while not being constraining to the creative process? 3-act structure, in its most minimal form, is what makes that possible. Here's how I see it. Every story needs to have a beginning, a middle, and an end. That's fundamental. At the beginning, there are certain tasks that must be done to get the story going. You have to invite the audience in and get them oriented. Then you have to launch the story. That's the first act. And there are certain tasks that need to be done at the end to bring your story to a satisfying conclusion. That's the third act. In the middle is where you have the most creative freedom. It's where you bring in complications, obstacles, setbacks, and rising tension. That's the second act. The number of ways this basic form can be applied is infinite. So look at 3-act structure as a series of guideposts rather than as a set of rules. And focus on learning the function of each one, how it's completing a task, so you can utilize it in service to your story. The success or failure of a given story is not determined by its structure. It is determined by the resonance of the ideas being communicated. The structure exists to serve those ideas. An artful story will have a structure designed specifically for that story's needs. In other words, 3-act structure is not an end in itself. It is a template or launching point from which to create your custom-made design. Therefore, it is important that a writer have a thorough understanding of it. In my next video, I'm going to go into more detail on each of the 3 acts. If the next video has already been posted, you can access it here. If not, be sure to subscribe so you'll be notified when it is. And one more thing. If you're looking for a script consultant to give you feedback on your story, that's a service I offer. See the description below for a link to my rates and how to sign up.